Crowd. eLevate want you to do it. Give us some yelling and let's get this game underway. Clubhouse is our first map. eLevate will attack with their own fantastic five. Fuse has definitely locked himself in that spot. And down into the basement goes the eXcellence defense with a wide range.
Just ate our words with the Tachanka coming right back out for the finals.
Coming straight on it. But to be fair, it's eXcellence doing it. This is what we said. They've picked the operators which they feel they like and they like a feel of more than it is the strategy behind it. Now,
he's feeling bullets right now.
He's got a couple of interesting spots they've used in the past to make holds using that gun. But we saw right at the end of Playday 6 and 7 of the PC, there are very effective ways to hold this basement bomb site without walls being blown open. I mean, you've got things like a pulse to sit down there and look through them for you. Actually having them closed may not be the worst idea. So we'll see where it is they choose to put it. But as we mentioned, a little bit more strategy, I feel, in the eLevate picks than the eXcellence ones. So we'll see how they set it up then. He is making this hole right here.
Gonna open the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's going for that whole wall. He wants it gone.
The entire opening down into this.
All right.
Okay. Does not want anyone inside that utility corridor. We'll see whether or not they can make that stick, which to be fair, okay, keep the utility corridor clear is a nice dream, but if you have that much of the wall open and then you lose control of this little generator area, honestly, that does more harm than good, because if someone gets in here with an assault rifle, this entire area of the map becomes unplayable.
Well, I hope he gets to make a play with it, because it's a lot of remodeling work he's doing right now.
Hasn't even made that much of a hole, and he's got Havoc to come and help him out too, so I'm not sure really what that was. Because upstairs, we already see Laxing going for that early peek, taking down Great right off the bat. Taking a lot of damage for it, but Great could not get inside, and as that aggressive Ash player that loves to lead the charge, eLevate are going to have to slow down because of it. They'll have to pull down his team's castle barricade to get back inside, but his job is definitely done, and they're off to a strong start here. As the rest of eLevate now checking out the floors around and above. But ultimately are inside pretty quickly. With Laxing having that one peek and then running away, they're going to be confident that the downstairs is where he sits, because eXcellence 1 aren't a big squad for roaming. If they do, it is almost always Laxing. And they are smart enough to know that if you pick up one kill, or in some cases two, hanging around upstairs is really the best option, especially on this map, because of how big that basement is.
It's too easy for them to find you. You're going to end up being traded. If you pick up the pill, if you pick up the kill, go back to your team.
You pick up the pill, you have the red one on the blue one, and you'll go down the rabbit hole. Life will never be the same again.
What pills did you take before this game? What are you talking about?
It's a Matrix quote. Bungie, please. Well, not quote, but still. The plot of the Matrix. Down they go.
I have nothing.
So, bar drop down is open, and it is pivotal for taking control of this church. Cuckoo now knows the location of one player right underneath it. Will throw that grenade down and in and try and destroy the barbed wire, but it doesn't actually land where he needs it to. So if he does continue to drop down here, it could work out badly for him. That grenade will land in a better spot though, but taking two to do the job of one, and they drop straight down as soon as it goes off. Swaggy Poo leading the charge. Has been completely flashed out though, and Powerful will answer one down. So the numbers advantage is straight back in the defending side, but Swaggy will swing it back, taking out Powerful. Don't think he was expecting a second person to be in that hole quite so quickly, but as he exposes his backside to the hallway, it is shut down from range by Fighter. But as BZK comes in, Thermite dropping down through the hole gives Fighter another kill, and Cuckoo, last man standing, has to find 3 players. He knows where 2 are, doesn't really know where Havoc is. Drops on down, hides himself from Fighter, sprints straight into the church, finds Havoc, puts him down, but is immediately shot out from BZK. And eXcellence's defense don't need no rook. And the Tachanka play.
That little wasted time to try to take Frost out after she'd been downed.
Yeah. Don't need to panic and shoot her up when she's down. She's not getting back up on her own. Just take your head up, off the ball, so to speak.
There's one guy left.
Look at what's going on around you. So, eLevate's turn to defend that basement. As far as the rest of the games today have gone, this would suggest it's going to go eXcellence's way. Having those 2-round openers has been pretty damn common, but honestly, in the grand final, it could go either way. Cuckoo's picking himself up a mute. I'm intrigued to see how and where he chooses to put it, because the gadgets themselves haven't proved to be particularly useful for anyone in the past, but Mute has been a pretty popular pick recently just because of the strength he brings in speed and utility with that C4 and a pretty solid weapon.
Oh, the MP5K is a beast of a gun. And we saw one team try to break out that interesting Mute play of using it to cover the drones from getting upstairs to find him, but ultimately that team didn't actually get anything accomplished with it. It was a cool idea, but didn't really play out. I don't know if that's something he plans to do with it, but...
See, right now, he has put 2 jammers down, I believe, in the kitchen somewhere. Maybe he is to just stop a couple of pesky drones earlier on and slow down their move through the map. Means you've got to come in and free them from those jammers, but we'll see. So right now, BCK's drone is taking up most of the ammo in Cuckoo's gun and surviving to live another day. Well, he is not going back downstairs just yet. BCK's drone will
just trying to get away from the drone. He's embarrassed now.
Yeah, the drone is definitely winning out and has caused him to die in dramatic fashion. Fighter managed to get behind him thanks to the distraction that drone provided. Shuts him straight down. Nice play from eXcellence, really showing some strategy here we hadn't seen before until Fighter decides to kill BCK's drone for him. Coming down the stairs, he's going to find 3 in the corridor, but Swaggy Poo is on point and looking the right way. Puts him down, even though 2 of his teammates are actually looking the opposite direction right there. Does save them from an embarrassing moment. Powerful now leading his drone down the stairs, who's ultimately a long way away himself. BCK back with his drone. Laxing's trying to take up the mantle at the bottom of his stairwell now the fighter's gone, but he hasn't got a drone to lead the way for him until he throws it at himself. Will now edge on in towards the bomb sites. Down in Free Fights in the corner, and Swaggy Pete was just looking around there. Redeemer with his C4 is going to throw it towards the hole, but it will not go far enough. Flashbangs coming out from Laxing through that big hole in the wall. He sees Redeemer's feet, but can't land the killing blow. Swaggy Poo and Great both trying to peek on the right-hand side as he throws a couple more flashbangs out. Just seeing if he forces a reposition. It's not going to be the case there. They're holding firm. Up and above then. BCK still now droning in through the church drop down from Bar. Havoc here to support Laxing as he fires on and does find Redeemer, who went a bit greedy trying to peek out there. Now in the other in the corner. Pre-fire Swaggy Poo down. And then Laxing will get on Great as well after Havoc is picked off from the church. Last man then inside the church picks up BCK. And then is finished off by Powerful. Really nice second round from eXcellence.
Huge round for Laxing. Huge round for Laxing with those 2 headshots.
Good trades back and forth. Every time it's like, all right, we'll drone him out, find him, push it 1 at a time. First one's down, second one's immediately there to answer it.
Right, and it's something we've been waiting for all season, that evolution of actually like not throwing the drone out to move yourself forward a couple feet, but throwing the drone out so your team can follow up and actually get the kills.
It's what we saw Vitality doing all season long. That's why we dubbed them as the favorites. Yeah, that's how they were playing. But EXcellence turned around and said, you know what? We kept
that is a good idea.
But we can do it too. Yeah. And they did it very, very effectively there. They're now going upstairs in towards the bar, and here is Tachanka again to make that a nice big hole between A and B. But ultimately, when it's working and giving them these rounds, you can't knock it.
Yep. You can use Tachanka if you keep winning. That's fine.
So, other setups then on this top floor. With reinforcements towards the garage, reinforcements towards the strip club, and a couple of reinforcements towards the kitchen. But still, a couple of holes in a lot of these walls. Like this one is waiting to be done. I'm sure BCK is going to do that in just a moment when he's finished opening that wall up. There we go.
Perfect.
And one here. It's been done on the other side. There we go.
Another masterpiece by BCK.
As the attack now starts to make its way in. Now Laxing did go for that outside peek earlier on and is trying the same thing again with a nice angle here towards the warehouse. But no one spawned over that side of the map. Sorry, buddy, they're all in construction. And Junkyard just to come downstairs and get an idea as, oh, Redeemer shot down by Titan.
That's
trying to take out a drone, trying to take out a camera. Now Heartbeat showed up very, very close on Laxing's sensor. Wasn't as close as he suspected it to be, but Cuckoo, oh, is he going to go for this? He's so tempted. You know he's tempted. There we go. Cuckoo's moved away. He heard the footsteps leave, and Cuckoo's gone towards the garage. Havoc kills out one drone here, and well, Laxing going to stand right underneath him. Not quite what I had in mind when I said trading kills. But he's told Havoc to move along. He'll sit here with his heartbeat sensor and keep an eye on this garage location. I think that's a smarter play. The shotgun's pretty damn strong, but having that early warning from a heartbeat can be just as powerful. So, Cuckoo opens up the storage room wall. Starts to look in, sees oh, nice shot.
Unbelievable shot.
One taps BCK down. He just peeks around there for information and, well, pays the price. We'll now take out the frost trap. Slowly. There we go.
There it is.
Nice steady shots. And then look for another angle through. Swaggy Poo checking the garage is still clear after they sledged that hole open. And down from the top floor towards the bar comes Titan. Great here to support them, pushing on the right-hand side. Gets shot in the back by that roaming Laxing again. Pesky little Pulse doing his job just nicely. Have it back in the actual storage room, waiting for Cuckoo to push him from the outside. It's not gonna do it just yet, especially as the drone is there, but Laxing now down and underneath this window is gonna have the heartbeat here from Cuckoo again. Grenade's gonna come into the far end of the room, sees Havoc perfectly, and the grenade will go off a bit close. Havoc doesn't realize he's being pushed from behind, but he gets a kill in front of him and then gets down from behind. Unscoped spray by Cuckoo picks it up. Gets back outside safely, but he's the last man now with 3 people to find. And eXcellence, honestly, are looking like they're going to go up 3-0 here, unless Cuckoo can bring out something fantastic. Shots onto Fighter there weren't quite as fantastic as the shots onto BCK, but he's got 40 seconds to find 3 people. If he gets a move on, he can do it. Sprays through the wall here where Pulse was hiding, but he has also repositioned. It's free firing outside the door, and Fighter's now closing in as he starts to reposition away. Laxing. Oh, you're going to realize he's coming behind you. Doesn't look like it until he swivels around now. He's going to see the heartbeat. Does he have time to get the gun out? He does.
He does.
Cuckoo put down by Laxing again, and that guy is doing a tremendous amount of work right now.
There are a lot of people that don't give Pulse a lot of credit as a useful operator, given how short range the wall hacks are for him, and the ability to see the heartbeats. You can hear it so well, but Laxing is definitely showing us right now as the current MVP on the team with 7 kills to his 1 death.
Fantastic play by him.
Pulse is working out pretty well for him. And that was, I mean, that was a lot of the use of that, picking him those kills. I was a little surprised that Frost was able to get flanked. It seemed that should have made its way as information before he came in.
But I also feel like she may have known he was coming. But take the fight in the other direction first and went, well, I'll try and take one down with me, and successfully did so.
Yeah.
But I also expected to see the Pulse jump out the window and flank behind Cuckoo when that happened. But hey, they still won the round. He played it patiently instead, and when he had the numbers advantage, why do something crazy? We said this all along. I expected it because all along they've been doing it.
Right.
But I'm glad to see they're finally realizing that they don't have to do these crazy things.
I definitely expected. I thought he was going to go outside right at the beginning there too, when he first saw. I think he was going to until Cuckoo started running away.
Yeah. So he was definitely tempted. I have a feeling like he was sitting there asking his teammates, like, can I go for this? Can I go?
Should I?
Like, he's just outside. Can I peek out? Can I please?
One more swing. One more swing and it's open.
Double check it. 5 seconds left. Ultimately, the round is still there, and eXcellence are up 3-0 now.
And already I'm eating my words, eLevate. What are you doing, guys?
Yeah. Fantastic 5 is back on the attack then. Havoc leading the way through construction, very quickly heading towards the kitchen, but checking every doorway as he goes. Laxing back on that Thatcher himself. Now, regularly you'll see teams sending off Sledge on his own because of the way he can get through a lot of doorways and stuff without issue and help, because of the SMB11 being great, just because he's a solid all-round operator with grenades. But actually, eXcellence are starting to send Laxing more solo and bring the support alongside with Fighter, but it's working for him.
Right.
Still journeying the other floors, checking they know exactly where eLevate are all hiding. And to be fair, I think they probably already know that everyone on eLevate is in the basement. It's how they play this map. It has worked for them well in the past. Didn't work for them well in that first defense round, though. Which is why they're back down here now with a second chance to do the same thing. Great with an interesting position playing up so close. Could catch someone by surprise here, but could also just get decimated. He's gonna, I suspect, grab 1 kill, but ultimately then just be taken out quickly. But if they're gonna blow the floor above him, he's gonna get nothing.
Then you're gonna suspect wrong.
Yeah. I mean, eXcellence didn't make those holes in the last round. They didn't use the top-down angle on that walkway. They just came down the stairways and did it fine.
I think that's what he was hoping
That's what
for.
he was gambling for, yeah, but it's not the case. Still trying to hold this angle, and Havoc, once again, will not make it count. Also underneath him in the bar drop down here is Rook, incredibly low. He will be downed and refreshed here by Cuckoo's Doc. But once more, they've been pushed back and away from this bar drop down, and BCK's drone will fall down there and give them exact locations, while Havoc is pushing down the stairs with Twitch in support. They're going to take out a couple of barbed wires where they can continue going. Laxing now coming down the garage tunnel, and with a minute left on the clock, it's about time for eXcellence to begin their final execute in. Fighter, once again, sees the location inside that room. Will take out a couple of frost traps. They're certainly tempted to drop down through here, but don't want to do it with the diffuser first. Down he goes prone, takes a lot of damage. But he's being pushed now by Rook, who's also very low, but with the pre-fire, Rook will grab that kill. Cuckoo has also grabbed onto Havoc elsewhere. Great has been down from the stairs and will be up by Cuckoo. This is looking good now for eLevate. 3 versus 5. And there's still plenty of health roaming around. Laxing will flashbang through the doorway, pushes straight through as the flash is completely covered Redeemer. He gets taken out without seeing what's going on. Swaggy Poo just dodges the headshot, but Cuckoo will come to back it up, and the round goes to eLevate finally. They've got themselves on the board, 3 rounds to 1, playing a much more passive, tentative game, and notice how the support came through there. Cuckoo was always on point with his revive straight up. He was there to help X Great when he went down. As soon as the first Redeemer went down, he's there to help Swaggy Poo with the follow-up. Rotating around the downstairs with that Doc play really, really nicely.
Yeah, and a lot of teams don't even really find the value in taking Doc, but that's, I mean, we've seen Doc be the absolute determining factor for countless rounds of this Pro League, and then that was, I mean, clear evidence of basically 3 extra teammates that round.
I mean, on top of the revives there too, just the way he played it. Like, he could have put any operator in that situation and rotated around the bomb stage like he did there at the end.
Exactly.
Would have been great. To do it with the Dog after having grabbed those 2 revives, perfect. Like, on the back of him, I feel that round was won by eLevate, but they got to continue it. They're still down by 2 in total. And well, they are back now down to attacking onto the basement. eXcellence having successfully defended upstairs as well. Get a chance to do this again.
And Laxing is gone.
And yeah.
Rip Laxing. Oh, what it sounds.
That kind of sets the tone.
He couldn't hang.
5 seconds left.
Couldn't quite hold it down tight. So 3 rounds to 1, the scoreline will stick, but we of course will have to remake the lobby.
He probably, he just didn't want to score on that scoreboard. It was just too high. He was intimidating the rest of his team.
Making them all feel
like,
bad.
Let's just,
so I'm carrying too hard. I'm okay with this.
Look, guys, I'm not really carrying. We'll just set it nice and clean. But again, it's you can see eLevate coming off a little strong again, and as they start to play back, like you said, now they're finally picking up a round, and see if they can carry that momentum.
So still 3 rounds to 1. Back in onto Clubhouse we shall go. Well, eLevate just finally starting to get their stride. eXcellence deciding that will not do. But we are still going to play it out. Clubhouse kind of fitting perfectly to both of these team styles right now.
No, it's I feel like they're fairly similar teams, so it just seems that any of these maps, it doesn't matter, could easily go to either team just because they have very similar play styles. They really, they're both fairly aggressive. They both much more comfortable in their operators. It's almost like the map is irrelevant as far as no team really has an advantage on Clubhouse or Chalet or Bank. Could go either direction.
Yeah, and it's just like their play styles right now. While eXcellence are enjoying a slightly slower paced, steady game, and eLevate are loving this quick, fast sprint around and go for the quick reaction shots and headshots. While it didn't work for them in the opening couple of rounds, that round that's there, the one that they did win, they won because that's how it was played. It's like, all right, we are going to sit down in the objective. You're not going to pick us off from range. You're going to come to us, and as soon as you do, we're going to be faster. We're going to be rotating quick. We're going to explode and come on to you. And they worked perfectly for them, and they picked up their first round. So eXcellence got to find a way to take it back into a slightly more slower paced, spread out game if they want to continue these wins. Which, well, they can now do while trying to defend the basement again. They can slow down the eLevate push through as long as they can spread out amongst the map far enough that will not let them get close.
Just wait for him to get greedy.
And yeah, see if Laxing can do his thing once again with that pulse. But this is all are lots of ifs and buts. We've got to let them all join back on through, see them there talking with the admins and trying to figure exactly out what this is. In case you haven't realized, it's very often laxing. Something on his end is
he just goes
working
too
out
hard.
nicely for him. And as you say, that quick couple of seconds to look down and shoot the guy that's on the floor. Made him back.
The game just can't handle the amount of terror that he's bringing to these games.
Yeah. Ash sprints forward, picks up a couple of kills. He does grab another one here, just misses Swaggy Poo's head, but Cuckoo's there to support and can't fight two. And that was the first round on the board then for eLevate. Well, it wasn't a big and explosive finish, but they are just about cycling their way back into the lobby, waiting for one player from either squad, and we'll be back and underway on Clubhouse, round number 5.
You know, all through the season, you never give your predictions for anything.
No, that's because I'm the one that gets to ask the questions.
Well,
Nope.
no, I'm asking you.
Nope,
Yeah.
this is my chair. I got the controller. Especially not now we're halfway through the game. It wouldn't be fair to you.
Wouldn't be fair to me. Yeah, I think eXcellence because they're winning.
So, everyone back on into the lobby. Clubhouse is the map. Round number 5 will be underway. eXcellence are on defense for here and can choose that basement level. So let's see how they choose to defend it. They had a couple of their defenses set up last time around, but there's still some time left in the prep phase. We'll see if they choose exactly the same thing again, which they have no reason not to. So we'll watch it go. And once again, Laxing, of course, straight in onto that pulse. Talk about how much work he's done with that in the opening rounds. Those first 3, he was pivotal.
My silver lining in all this is I get to watch Tachanka do his thing again. I get a thing for remodeling in Rainbow Six. It really does something for me. So
just love PvE.
yeah. So I like watching the walls go away. Now we get it all over again. Thanks,
2
Tachanka.
seconds and it will be locked on it. I was going to point out
Laxing.
the slight difference here in eLevate's lineup, but it's not going to matter if Laxing's gone again.
No difference at all in eXcellence's lineup with Laxing gone.
Yeah. I mean, it's standard 4v5. That's how eXcellence seem to like to play. But
Laxing can come in, drop some big kills, and then leave.
yeah, basically. So we will get that lobby remaining. Sorry guys, there's nothing we can do about this. Whatever it is causing his console to crash or DC or something. I mean, you saw us troubleshoot it. The last series worked flawlessly.
Yeah, that was...
Something is just out to get Laxing. We're going to run to a quick commercial break while we troubleshoot this some more and figure out exactly what it is, because those first 4 opening rounds were beautiful and explosive.
Right.
We want to see more of those without any more interruptions, same as you do. When we come back, we will continue this grand final between eLevate and eXcellence. Remember, eXcellence are up 3 rounds to 1 here on Clubhouse, and I will see you in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry once again about the delays, but we have everyone in the lobby. We will not hold you any longer this time around. eLevate versus eXcellence. Our grand final is on round number 5. Score right now is 3 rounds to eXcellence, 1 round to eLevate. We are continuing to play Clubhouse. As you can see, the players are back and ready on your screen, and the game is loading in.
If Laxing wants to keep playing with us.
If Laxing decides to stick around this time, yeah, we'll see. But we'll watch as it goes through. Now, the slight difference that we did see briefly from the eLevate pick just before another disconnect was that from Cuckoo. It looks like it is going to stick through again. Haven't seen it played on console properly for quite a long time.
Nope.
Now, this is, I've been told, a respect thing. Everyone considers shields incredibly strong, and I mean, they are on all platforms.
Right.
And, well, not using it is considered like a honorable thing to do. Well, but ultimately, when there's money on the line,
yeah, for what, $30,000, I think if the shield's going to get me the win, I think I'm going to use the shield. You know?
Yeah. So definitely worth doing. But can they make it work? That is the key thing. There's not a lot of bullets in that pistol. Gotta land a couple of clutch headshots to make it count. But there are other ways to use the shield as well, especially when it's blitz. So we'll see whether that is key to shutting down Laxing. Find him and pin him in a corner with that blitz flashbang. Take lots of pictures and lock him out. Or if he can still tear them apart from behind. He's got that nitro cell, of course. He's still got that hopping sense, which he's used fantastically. Tries to open the wall, but cannot get it done in time. Does begin to fire. Wow, doesn't even realize it, but he's hitting Ash straight in the face. Turns and runs away. Does do a good bit of damage here onto Great before he takes out that camera. So pushing in through the garage now is the eLevate attack. Well, last time around, they went from a very different direction, and now we'll finally see your remodeling Tachanka.
There it is.
Whether or not
the beauty, the art.
The hole that he and Havoc have made here.
It's ultimately just redone by the shotgun anyway.
Will have an impact. Laxing, stop being so far around the map. Back in with his team right now. But we'll see whether he can still be effective. And once again, as we mentioned, eXcellence, like the slightly slower, further out, spread out games, as opposed to the close, last-minute, hectic firefights. But by backing up into here, that's kind of what they're granting to eLevate. Some
which is really
hectic, last-minute firefights.
Giving eLevate exactly what they want, I think.
So we'll see whether they can beat them at their own game or not, especially when that shield is involved. That could prove troublesome for eXcellence when they are in that location. But they've still got a couple of C4s to their name, I believe. Frost still has one. Oh no, Frost didn't take one at all. But it's just the one in Laxing's hands.
It's like a one shot to wipe him off before they got to really deal with him.
One shot. Not miss their chance. It's opportunity.
There's like an Eminem song, yeah. Knew it was going to lead into the Eminem song. Had to happen.
Shield drops down. Havoc realizes he's coming there, but powerful then fires two onto the side of him. Couple more flashes through the smoke, but is a little bit unsure about where he can go now. Continuing flashing, nothing, reveals his face just in time for the shotgun to come around the corner, but another flash will go off and hit powerful. Takes him down, but does get answered and traded out by BCK. So 1 for 1, the shield is gone. Great now looking to push into the ripple, find Laxing, but cannot finish him off. He gets prone by Havoc, then scares it Great out. Down goes Fuse down in the main corridor, and suddenly Ash is finished off too. Redeemer, the last man in this corridor, will look for another one as Havoc takes him in the back, and Fighter finishes Redeemer off to end out that round and put us to 4-1. Just as we mentioned, eXcellence willing to play eLevate their own games. They're all right, and you like better. Doing this? You're all going to drop down through that, fine. We'll surround you and shut you down.
Sure, let's do this fast. We're still going to kill you.
So, locked them all down. All 4 people trying to come in through that bar drop down. Proving not to be an ideal strategy.
No, it seems they really, really, really want to play that room, and it does not ever seem to work out very well. Especially when
it's a great room to play.
It's a great
for 2 people.
If Cuckoo had just held that hall with the blitz, just stood in the door and been a nuisance while his team pressured elsewhere, I think it could have been used a lot more effectively than him just walking in the room and trying to pistol them all to death.
So honestly, the best way I think I've seen any team attack this was one person coming down through this garage tunnel.
Right.
2 people coming through that bar drop down and 2 people coming down the stairs, watching the main hallway. It's by no means easy because you are pretty spread out, but it's the most successful way to do it.
Right. When you know they're all in the basement, you're spread out, but you're now pinching them in so many different directions that to dodge one person, they effectively have to be exposed to another.
Yeah,
Once
so
you lock those 3 angles
the
down.
shield down the stairs in the main corridor to just sit in the main corridor and feed information to a Twitch that's behind you and then firing up and down that corridor for the kills. You then send 2 people down through the bar drop down, a thermite and a sledge or something, a thermite and a thatcher, to drop down through there and be a nuisance in that angle with grenades and with flashbangs. And then you send Sledge down through the garage tunnel in his own, and suddenly you're putting every little angle of trouble here on the defending squad. And when they run away from one shot, they're getting shot from a different angle.
Exactly.
But everyone there tries to drop down through the bar drop down, and shocker, they get caught in a meat grinder.
Right, and now you're just funneled into a small doorway with exposed back.
Right. Maxing, running around.
I've never really explored the map.
So I heard a rumor. There may be some external Xbox Live issues going down.
Yes.
And it does seem to be that case. As we are getting another remake or something for another reason.
That is timing.
eLevate picked a bomb site that they couldn't pick.
Okay, all right.
They were not meant to have this section.
eLevate.
Need to keep track of it. The perils of so many remakes. To be fair, we didn't keep track of it.
No, we did not. Yeah, we totally missed it too. So, eLevate, you get this one. But don't let it happen again.
We are still on match point for eXcellence here.
Yes.
Map point, rather.
Issues aside, eXcellence is having a fantastic first match.
Yep.
I mean, they are absolutely working eLevate right now.
Nothing that eLevate can do seems to be working for them. They had that one lucky round, but every shot they fired landed in the right spot.
Right.
Every angle they pushed, they won. But eXcellence quickly shrugged it off, came back again 5 minutes later, and you know what? That don't matter.
eXcellence just wants to win today. They came here. I mean, they had to play Vitality first. That's huge. And they didn't care. And I mean, now, okay, we already beat the top EU team. I guess we could beat the top NA team while we're at it.
Yeah,
then just be the top team globally. And that seems to very much be their plan tonight.
And it's working for them 100%.
Yes, it is.
So, over they go once more as everyone shuffles on into the lobby. So, they can't go basement. eLevate now have to go somewhere else. Once again, they'll go to the bar in the storage room. Now, they had varying success there before.
Yep.
It is a big spread out bomb site again though. There's also long range engagements, slow peaks. That's an eXcellence favorite angle. Yeah.
Now, again, normally I would say that would be a good thing for them, but against eXcellence, I'm not sure that it's going to be. And the way eXcellence is playing right now, they're going to need to start getting something going in their favor if they want to have any chance at a comeback here.
Yeah, eLevate need to figure out a way to make this map play to their terms. But to begin with, they're all back in. eLevate on defense, eXcellence on attack. We can actually now play out round number 6. 4 rounds to 1 in favor of eXcellence right now. Map number 1 securely in their sights. Doing everything they can to end this one quickly. Both of these teams have played some very long matches up until this point.
Yep.
They do want to do it again. I like this adaptation. eXcellence running a Montagne. We've seen it a couple of times from teams attempting it. You break into the storage room and you try and plant behind Montagne in that doorway.
Right, right.
But we've also seen plenty of different ways to play around it. So
it's ultimately, if Montagne covered a little bit more to left and right, you know, maybe his shield was a little bit fatter, that might be a better strat. But as it stands right now, I feel like it doesn't really, it's a cool idea, but it doesn't really ever play out that well in their favor. And ultimately, I think most of the times that they have gotten the bomb plant down, they would have with or without the Montagne.
So, We'll see whether or not eLevate can catch on to that play and then be ready to stop eXcellence from succeeding with it, or as you say, if they can just let it happen and just shoot around him anyway.
Right.
We'll find out. And the other key point here is we've seen that very plan decimated by a solid smoke positioning in a couple of situations.
Right, absolutely.
Because either one, you just C4 both people, or number two, yes, you just smoke them both out and away. And if they're waiting for the last 30 seconds to make it happen, they're in just as much trouble
and
as before.
Montagne is easily the most vulnerable attacker to smoke.
Yeah.
Because there's not much he can do. Armor doesn't matter. He's super slow, and if he's stuck in big, I'm a big wall mode, then he's even slower.
And he's got the revolver, so he's not planning to shoot anyone.
No, he is not.
So,
I mean, he could easily just play it as, like you said, playing down a place by himself and just being that extra thing to worry about.
So, being as slow and quiet as possible to begin with, do not want to give away that plan. We do see some pre-fire from Laxing in through the storage room after catching a couple of glimpses of people on drones, but cannot quite make anything really stick. Window has now been opened and he's keeping Redeemer pinned into that corner while the rest of his team push in through the garage and give them some slightly different angles. Fighter with the diffuser gets out safely, but as nearly important as there we go. Laxing picks up the first kill on Redeemer as he peeks out from that corner he was pinned in. And Fighter pushes in the garage and takes down Great while holding the diffuser in his hand. eXcellence is suddenly looking great with this. With that two-man advantage now they've decided it's time to go for this play. Montagne will reveal himself. Extends the shield. They give the diffuser to Powerful on Twitch. And while Havoc rotates around to the right-hand side, stops a little shot from angle in this direction, it is now just about time for BCK to make his move in and try and get this plant down. Cuckoo hidden behind all the smokes. That's what Havoc was doing around one edge. Swaggy Poo will take Laxing down as he tries to peek in through from the garage. Ultimately, will not be enough. BCK is blocking a lot of shots in this doorway that Powerful's not ready to come in behind because they need to take out this barbed wire. And I don't know what they were shooting on the floor there.
Maybe they thought it was a trap. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I'm confused. Oh, do we have a rubber banding door issue?
Maybe.
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. They do also lose Fighter elsewhere at the same time, so it is down to a 3v3, and now they've got to pick a different doorway to come on in. But Havoc is still holding this angle tightly. He's got Rook on his right-hand side. He will peek into him. Takes a lot of damage, but deals just as much. Can he stay alive long enough now for his team to make a push from a different angle? More barbed wire there at the feet of Montagne. Cuckoo toying with the idea of downing Titan and getting back up again, but it's a very tight timing to make that happen now. Now Montagne will stand in front of Powerful as he plants and block the shots from Cuckoo, but cannot block the smoke from Haxing. Backs back and away. Shots coming in from all angles, but he's still got that shield up. Powerful now back across the same gap and takes a lot of damage in doing so, but Swaggy Poo's pushed through his own smoke, looking outside to get Havoc, but Swaggy Poo will get it. Cuckoo takes down Powerful, now it is all on BCK, but he's only got the shield in hand. He gets shut down. eLevate will grab themselves a second round and get that defuse on nice and easy. For round number 2 to them. 4 rounds to 2. Still match point here for eXcellence, but what looked to be a very strong start in a 5v3 quickly fell apart as people started getting picked off from different angles when that plant was not down, and they didn't really need to be peeking for kills.
Right. A little unfortunate that they couldn't go through the first door they wanted, but ultimately I don't think that that's what cost them that round.
No. People had died in less than exceptional circumstances. eXcellence, though, will now go back up to the bar and defend that themselves.
And their defenses have been very easy for them so far. So.
And yeah, as we just said, this is the kind of defense they want. This is the slower, more spread out fight, which they couldn't get in that last round.
Right.
Which would be why they fell down. Cuckoo, though, back on that blitz. Did do a good job defending, or using that, sorry, on their last attack. But couldn't make it stick because everyone else followed the same route. Now they're going to attack the bar and storeroom instead. Will he be able to use that shield to the same kind of effect? That is the important thing to note. full remodeling done in BCK. Yep, I think it looks a little bit like a Picasso.
Yeah, that's good.
Opens that up nice and wide. Now Havoc can sit inside there and safely do it. Oh, Laxing, the second it starts, takes down Titan outside that garage door. 3 seconds in, didn't even give me a chance to swap down.
He is very confident, given that this is the finals. I mean,
look at it. They've got a 2-round buffer here.
Right, yeah.
And one quick shot in the first 2 seconds.
He just wants to let them know real quick this is the last round for eLevate, I believe.
That's true. I think he is very confident in ending this right here, right now.
Either that or he's afraid he'll disconnect again. No, just got to get it out, right?
Had to say it.
I had to go there. Had to go there once.
Havoc has been forced to reposition slightly here. He's pulling open a couple of windows, but he's still got this shotgun, so it'd be a bit of an interesting play for him to really adjust and make that kind of jump.
The jumps.
But powerful now, firing and trying to pin people inside that strip club. Slow down the push forward again, but with 2 minutes on the clock, he does get away safely. They've still got a lot of time to play with here.
And that's perfect. Doesn't kill anybody, but going up there, taking those couple bursts, saying we're in here, and then sprinting off when they can't hear him. Now they're going to spend so much extra time trying to clear that out, trying to figure out where he went before they realize, oh, he just ran back to the bomb site.
So Cuckoo smokes on out, takes a lot of damage in the feet there from BCK. Will flash, but that's way out of range. Puts a couple of shots in towards the lounge, and then will smoke it again to move. But Redeemer picking up 2 very quick kills, gives the numbers advantage back into eLevate's hands. Now they got to continue to push from this direction as they lose one more. Fighter with a quick reposition. Takes that one by the pool table. Redeemer's still looking to answer it. Swaggy Poo on this far side as Havoc takes down Cuckoo, exposed his flank again. Definitely doesn't feel like a practice shield player. Havoc takes him straight down. But he and Laxing are still now holding the wrong side of the bomb site. And, well, Fighter's got to hold off both of these guys coming from the strip club end with a minute on the clock. And he cannot do it. Planter's gone down. Redeemer, though, will be taken out quickly. And Fighter's got to find 2. Got one more. 2 defenders left up. Swaggy Poo has to fight off 2 players here. One of them being Laxing, one of them being Havoc. And they could go for the plant. A little bit unsure about where exactly Swaggy Poo is. He's on the left-hand side, will reveal himself. He finds 1. Now he's going to find Laxing. He gets 2!
Okay.
Swaggy Poo holds eLevate in it for one more round.
All right.
With a very quick combination of headshots.
I thought that was it.
Shot.
I thought that was it. They
thought that was done.
Didn't
3v1.
need to push him. They did not need to push him, and they chose to try it.
I don't know why Fighter pushed him.
Yeah, there was
Pick
no
up that first kill on Thermite. Beautiful. Now you're in a 3v1. Wait, and actually 3v1.
Right, not 1v1, v1.
Then those 2 could have pushed him, and you could have been defusing, and job done.
It was just, they wanted to end it, and they were playing just too cocky, too aggressive, and ate it hard for it. And now it's they're closing the gap.
4 rounds to 3 then. Still in favor of eXcellence, but eLevate are on the comeback. And gotta be feeling good about it. Picking up a couple of important rounds there.
And now they got
now they get that basement level again that they do like to defend. And have had success with so far. To bring themselves to overtime and to play out the game once more. In another fresh best of 3 on this map. I mean, it's kind of how you expected and saw it going. Lots of overtimes.
Right.
It's what we were looking for, what we predicted.
Playing the last game of the entire Pro League. I would expect it to be a close one, you know?
So, there comes the attack. No outdoor peaks for eLevate. They don't have anyone confident enough to do it the way Laxing is. But even though he managed to pull that off, it wasn't enough to successfully hold that map for that round. Still doing a couple of last-minute setups, but upstairs, Cuckoo is trying to be a little bit of a nuisance. Not going to do too much with it, though, as he then makes his way back down towards the basement again. And suddenly eXcellence are now pushing as a 5-man inside an empty building before they start to push on that basement. But again, being very cautious with it, being very careful with it, as they do. Laxing deciding the tunnel from garage is not really his deal. One thing we haven't seen so far on this map is the tunnels from construction here that Havoc is at. So far, we've seen that used to devastating effect from a couple of squads that will just use it as a, all right, we've pushed every other angle. Now we send 1 man through here when you're least expecting it, and bang, he's picked up 3 kills because you're all focused elsewhere. No one's even gone near that so far in this game.
Yeah, you send them early, you get the attention, you back off because they're not going to push you down that tunnel, and then you wait. And when all the shooting starts, oh, remember me, guys? I'm still hanging out in that tunnel.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, hasn't been played at all by either team.
eLevate currently running in front of each other's crosshairs, which is not ideal, but while there's no shooting going on, they can make it work.
I would say they should trust in each other, but they did already team kill once trying to take the camera,
So a couple of top-down holes been made here by Havoc and the eXcellence crew, looking into these different corridors as a way to gather themselves position. Smokes in towards that far bomb site, and then pre-fire down towards the bar drop down, neither of which are occupied, but with some more holes made, they get another angle in towards it as well. Again, can't decide who wants to shoot through, though. These guys love to stand in front of each other. Now, Max's still trying to find an opening. Cross trap taken out through the roof. But with 50 seconds left on the clock, they got to make a move soon. BCK will take down one more trap, but then Cuckoo and Fighter will nade down through the same hole. Bar drop down is an angle, but this time they are going from two different spots. Bar drop down is one, and the stairs is another. Grenade's going to go in towards the church, but we've already got drops down and in. BCK goes, they all follow through. He's looking to put a breach charge on one of these walls, but it's not reinforced. Havoc comes down the stairs, immediately takes a lot of damage, and inside the church, Fighter is trying to land these first few shots, but cannot make them count. Scared away by the Rook, hasn't taken too much damage himself. They will go prone with the SMG-11, does get the down. No dock to get him up, and they've also grabbed Cuckoo in a kill elsewhere. So Mute is down. Down through the bar they go. 10 seconds on the clock, they've got to get inside. Swaggy Poo has also been down. Don't have the diffuser, but there is the shotgun. eXcellence have only got to find 3 more kills. Only man standing is that final Jaeger. But defenders win, and it times out, taking us to overtime.
There it is. That's got greedy. Wanted to push in, wanted to grab those 2 down players. Should have realized there's still 2 up. I don't know that sprinting in there, it's... So far, every single time that they tried to push it, it's as soon as they leave that little drop down, it just goes south very quickly. For either team, both teams have done it. They want to push in there so badly, but it's clearly not working, not the way they're doing it.
They made a second hole into church in that side room.
Right, with the sledge.
With the sledge, and then didn't push through it. They just went straight back and all came through that same doorway.
And it's, I mean, it's of course it's a great room to push and a great room to pressure, but you need pressure somewhere else. It can't be everyone's focus. If a whole defending team just has to focus on that one doorway, that's pretty easy to just sit there and tap to death and wait for them to walk through, which is what they're doing every single round. And they're doing it to each other. Both teams are doing it.
But ultimately, that's 3 rounds on the trot then for eLevate, and it takes us into overtime. So, BCK and friends happy to run that basement defense again. Can they hold this, or are they going to continue losing control of this first map, which, as we saw, was so perfectly in their hands? 4 rounds to 1, they just couldn't clinch that final deciding round, and now they're on the cusp of straight up losing it again. Maxing, no outdoor peek this time around. He does, I'll give him his due, do that well with taking his time and not quite doing the same thing every round. But down to the basement he goes now as he's been droned and chased away. Oh, continue to look up through the floor of that kitchen to try and take out Thermite, should he show himself in there on that heartbeat sensor. Cuckoo back in his drone, back in his blitz. Back in his shield plate. Yet to see him really do anything that impresses me on this.
I want to see, now that he's busting this out this late in the season, haven't really seen it from him ever, have barely seen it on Xbox at all. I'd like to see why. I want to see something good happen with it. Yeah. But ultimately, it's kind of just been walking in, maybe getting a kill, and then dying.
Is that his flashbangs have all gone off when he's miles out of range of whoever it is he's trying to flash. Like, the team don't seem to know really how to play around the shield. Yeah, it definitely shows that they don't play it very often. And now once again, eLevate are back to all kind of droning for themselves. And what Great is down here and at the stairs entrance. He's completely alone. The rest of his team are miles away. Can't really help him with this. So he goes down here. It's not going to get returned. It's not going to be punished. eXcellence are just going to get a kill for free. Now, if he does pick up a kill or 2, great, fine and dandy. Helpful, but honestly, with no backup, no support, the chances of getting in here and surviving are incredibly low.
Pretty damn low. Yeah.
We'll blow out this first piece of barbed wire. Get back in the corner, take a little bit of damage, but then smokes the corridor and then blows open the wall. That's got a different angle onto Fighter, but Fighter sees in before he sees first. Neither of them can land those shots though. Now he's got support. Redeemer has down there with him. Fighter looking unsure. Havoc trying to shotgun from range. Down the other end of the corridor is Laxing, but another smoke will go off. Grenade goes through the gap by Redeemer. Laxing tries to sprint across, and as he tries to push his way forward, he does so walking into Fighter's crosshairs. Redeemer gets past though. Gets up alive, and now where's your shield? Cuckoo finally coming down. Redeemer and Swaggy Poo in by the bar drop down. Shield heads forward. Powerful takes down Swaggy Poo. Sprints inside. Does manage to flash Fighter this time around, but reveals his face. Another flashbang go off. Fighter's going to have no idea where the hell he's shooting and will die because of it. But Cuckoo taken out through the bar drop down as well as Havoc peeks around. And eXcellence finally win themselves around, but it's the first one of overtime, so they've got to do it again.
Well, we finally saw a little bit better shield play there. Still, he's late to the game.
Yeah.
Late to the game. His whole team was down there, and he's, you know, you'd picture that being the point man. The guy in there first, taking the bullets, gathering the information. You know, he's a free additional drone that has the ability to fire back and draw a lot of attention. I mean, every defending team is terrified of the shield. It's, oh, there's the shield, we got to get rid of it, or it's going to become a big problem. And instead, he's kind of just like, oh, I'm here too. Coming on in.
Yep, coming in.
He did finally get those flashes off, though.
Yep.
And he just kind of got a little unlucky through the wall there.
No. One round up in overtime for eXcellence. They went 4-1. They were doing everything they could to try and hold this out. Yeah. We do have to remake on this round because while eXcellence could play and take out that basement bomb site they wanted, that was fine for them. But thanks to eLevate having won that round previously, it hasn't unlocked like it should have done in overtime.
Right,
so,
right.
Unfortunately, due to Laxing's disconnect earlier, that has to be done.
Somehow it's still your fault, Laxing. But you know what? When you MVP that hard, you know, if you're gonna disconnect here and there, I guess it all trades out.
There's definitely some heated exchanges going on there within eXcellence right now as to
Yes.
what it is that let them lose 3 rounds on a trot and then just win that first round of overtime. So why couldn't we have done that over before?
We did that 3 rounds ago and end this.
Could be done by now.
Right.
But as it is, we've still got a couple of rounds left to go. As 2 more rounds of overtime left to be played. And right now, eXcellence are up by 1.
And you can tell eLevate is feeling, I mean, look at the difference in the team's faces on eLevate versus eXcellence. And that's, you know, it's in their head. It's going to make them play worse. Meanwhile, eLevate's feeling great. They're coming back hard, and they're going to keep riding that momentum. And if eXcellence doesn't let it go, then just say, all right, you know what? You just beat them 4 rounds in a row. There's no reason we had a little hiccup. Let's get this rolling again.
eXcellence are definitely still struggling.
Yeah.
They do have an impact. We'll be back in the lobby in just a second. eLevate are shuffling on through, but are of course switching over to that orange team and looking at defense first. And I mean, it's pretty obvious now they are going for that basement as their first selection.
Oh yeah.
Well, they have done successful plays in defending it in the past, but they have also been picked apart by methodical eXcellence play. They have improved round to round and stopped away with that. So I don't think you'd be too far from the truth if you made a prediction of final round overtime decider.
Yep. Which again, not surprising. I mean, this kind of money on the line, these 2 teams have come out here. They've been playing for the last 2 months. I'd expect it to be a damn close game. There's no reason to be, there's no way that a team should be able to get shut out this late in the season.
Yep. This is also, of course, still map number 1.
Right.
After this, we're going to go on to Chalet and decide who will be, how the rest of the series will play out. It is, of course, a best of 3 in maps.
Right.
This being map number 1.
We're going to see Bank 2.
You think we're going to see Bank 2? I think you may be right. So we need the rest of eXcellence in here first.
If we want to see something.
There is still a lot of discussion going on there within eLevate, but it's a one-man show talking, and everyone nodding and agreeing and listening as opposed to eXcellence, where there was a lot of different mouths moving.
A lot of upset.
Not so many happy faces.
I have a feeling there's been many a PJ Salt typed in the chat just now.
Maybe so. But we have got everyone back into the lobby. We are on to Clubhouse. eLevate on defense in round number 2 of overtime. And we will finally be back in and ready to go. So, eXcellence just have to win the 1 round to take us onto Chalet and win map number 1. eLevated still need to win 2 in a row, but as you saw there, they are definitely feeling more comfortable with this.
Right.
So, can they hold this basement and take it to our final deciding overtime round? Win map number 1, 6 rounds to 5, one way or the other. That's what we have to wait and see. Same fantastic fight for eXcellence on attack. Defense for eLevate. Same thing they've run down here every single time. To varying levels of success. It's all about where eXcellence is going to push from. Have they learned their lesson about being glumped up? Are they going to spread out a little bit more about the different angles they come in from?
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna change it up a little bit here. I know they want to get their head back in this. They have been doing great. They clearly can outplay eLevate. It's just a matter of, can they find that rhythm again? Can they get back to where they were going?
I genuinely have no idea what just happened.
I don't either.
As you can see from the player screen, they're not playing right now. Oh, my console crashed. Nice.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
That would explain it.
Xbox, please.
So, we're not going back into the next round. We are going to hopefully run to a short commercial break. So you're probably sick of our voices right now with that new gameplay on the screen.
I'm never sick of your voice. 2 months.
I'm sick of my voice.
2 months, and I still love listening to you talk. But that's, you know, that's why you do this, right?
That's the accent.
It's the accent. It woos me.
It'll do. Yeah, I can say anything.
It'll do.
But yeah, there is that. The players, of course, cannot play on without me as the host. But that is that as you're done. And well, all I can do once again is apologize, guys. These are technical issues that are out of our hands.
Sadly, we had that nice second matchup went pretty smooth.
So it sucks because these games were getting fantastic.
Yeah, we really it was moving. We were getting the big comeback from eLevate. I want to get back and finish this.
So
see what
we
happens.
are ready to run to a commercial break. We will be back in a couple of minutes' time, hopefully to finish map number 1 and continue this final for you. Sorry again about the issues, guys, but there's nothing I can do about it from here. See you in just a moment.
We love you.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to adapt, upgrade, and personalize your headset for the task at hand. The Rig 500 series of gaming headsets are engineered to deliver the perfect combination of durable lightweight comfort in an immersive audio environment. 7.1 surround sound and 24-bit audio provide a stunning 360-degree sound field with directional audio. 40mm drivers with low-frequency resonators provide crisp highs and boosted bass. Clear voice noise-canceling technology provides clear communication to your teammates. From the headset company that equips the pros, the 500 series was crafted to meet the needs of esports and competitive players around the world. The new Rig 500 series of headsets from Plantronics. Respect the training. Reactions win.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen,
hello.
straight into the game. Remember, this is overtime of the Pro League Finals here for Xbox One.
eXcellence
are up one map, or one round here in this overtime. Technically, it is now 5 rounds to 4 in their favor. But
as we saw, I think eLevate is feeling pretty good right now still.
eLevate are
they're
definitely
ready for
feeling
their
comfortable
comeback.
with this.
They lost that one round, but they also just had 4 up before that, so
4 on the trot.
I'm pretty sure they're ready to bring this map in.
Feeling comfortable, but yes. So let's see whether eXcellence can play this one out and take us on to Chalet with that first map under their belt, or if eLevate will play it on out and win 2 in a row to secure themselves map number 1. Either way, this map has been incredibly tight, and I am sure the next 2 are going to end up being the same.
Yep.
So, similar setup for defense on eLevate, reinforcing identical walls to normal, and frost trapping underneath the various different drop downs, just to catch anyone off guard if they don't give themselves enough time or don't quite pay enough attention underneath it. Which so far everyone's been pretty good on.
10 seconds left.
But we'll see whether or not that is the case now.
So far.
In a land.
Attackers have recovered their
Don't start that.
Attackers
This
detected
summer,
the bomb.
In a clubhouse,
Rainbow Six Siege.
eLevate and eXcellence will fight a battle like never before seen.
The action,
Against
the
disconnects.
generic action movie voice guy just does not work with a British accent. There's a lot
It
that
doesn't.
it does, but it does not work for the this summer action movie guy.
So, Havoc very quickly then making his way in towards the pool table. We'll have a check around and ultimately come to the conclusion there is no one on these upper floors, and I don't think that'll surprise eXcellence much at all. eLevate have been playing these basement bomb sites with all 5 men downstairs for more or less the entire game. Yeah. Cautiously opening this door, but ultimately he knows he's safe. Now we'll start making his way in through and making these holes above the base of this stairwell. The rest of his team still being cautious, he's still droning around and covering his back with drones and each other. BCK begins his journey in through and opening various different trapdoors and bar drop downs.
Really just adamant about opening his floor up with all of his bullets.
Yeah. And then using his breach charge down through the hole that he just made. Not a bad plan to give them an angle inside that bomb site, but I mean, it's taken them a lot of work to get it done. Pistol does not make the best of angles. This could work beautifully or could work horribly. Does it work beautifully? Beautifully,
All right.
it does. Nice
And at
shot
the end of the
by
day,
Havoc.
you know, it worked.
Gets the job done. And they have plenty of time to do it with. Now there's only a minute on the clock, but that's all they need to get done here. The smoke charge is already being used up now underneath the bar drop down. Can punch his way through this barbed wire, happy, fine and dandy. And well, one smoke charge left is about to go off, and it's going to push Twitch back a little way. Oh no, getting that breach charge on the wall safely. C4 will go off, but the breach is now opened up, and now with Ash's job from top, that's a wide open church. And well, Powerful is holding around one corner. Havoc, after all that work, has been taken down by Cuckoo, but Sledge is in the utility tunnel, putting an angle on from the other side. Powerful picks up the kill onto Titan, and now Fighter comes in to take down Swaggy Poo and takes down Cuckoo. And eXcellence are looking great here to round out map number 1 with a victory. Only Redeemer is left on his feet. Vaxing's picked up one more, and eLevate have all the work to do. Redeemer holding out on the corner, everyone playing passively as the diffuser goes down. He's waiting for someone to come out of this corridor. They aren't going to do it, so he blows the C4, spots the guy at the end of the far end. Goes to come around the corner, and Twitch is there. Down he goes. eXcellence win. Round number 2 of overtime. Finally ending map number 1. Clubhouse goes eXcellence's way. And we will move on to Chalet.
What a difference.